We are live in Studio B, and it is our absolute pleasure to welcome back into the Cougar Council Room once again BYU men's basketball assistant coach Cody Fueger, after some very exciting news for men's basketball with the signing of Marcus Adams Jr.
Oh, he's just coming back from Europe too a couple weeks ago. Just coming down from that. How was that, by the way?
Incredible trip. Italy was second time there. It's beautiful, but it's really hot during this time, and no air conditioning and no ice. So that was great. The gyms were really hot, no air conditioning. But Italy was incredible. And then Croatia, I didn't even know it. Like, people talk about Croatia here and there, but that's the most beautiful place I've ever been.
That's what people say. It's like, it's not the first place you go to in Europe, but the people that go are like, this is
You
super
need
legit.
to go there.
And it was hot there too, right? But you guys were jumping off like pirate ships into the water.
Yeah.
Did you walk the plank, Cody?
I did. There was no plank, but some of our guys jumped from the highest part. I did not make it to the highest part, but
including Mark, right?
Oh yeah, coach was all about it.
I was recently talking with Brian Santiago about the influence of Krešimir Ćosić in Croatia, and just like, you say his name and it's like this, he's people love him so much. It's almost like he's just like he was the president of the country at one point. Like, what was that like for you?
It was incredible meeting his family, his statue, like the court's named after him, the facility. I mean, it was incredible. And to hear those people talk about how much, BYU meant to him and things like that, it was so special. Our team absolutely loved it. It was really cool. I was really happy to get there.
You played in Krešimir Ćosić Hall.
Yeah.
And there
that is so cool.
The family was there. And what an experience. Like, we're huge Ćosić fans, which is awesome. Back to what Spencer was saying. Marcus Adams Jr., how do you get a kid of this ilk to BYU? Because that's a huge signing for the program.
Yeah, it was an incredible job by our players and our staff, right? Like, as soon as he jumped in the portal when he was leaving Kansas, we reached out to him. It was coming down to us and Gonzaga, and then he just, kind of decided on Gonzaga after a quick deal, and then, a month goes by and he didn't feel comfortable. We were on our trip coming back from Croatia. We got back Sunday, and he texted us early Sunday, which was Saturday evening for him, saying, "Hey, I just decommitted, would love to talk to you guys." We waited until everything was, for sure, that we talked to Gonzaga first just to make sure. And then we got him on a visit as soon as we could. Coach Pope did an unbelievable job, our staff. We got him on a visit, and, he loved absolutely everything about it. Him and his mom came out. Coach built a great relationship with him quick. You guys know how great he is. Our players did an unbelievable job. It was awesome.
Wow. Okay, so you get that news. What's going through your mind in that moment, Cody? Because you are coming back from vacation and you're like, well, so much for a nice, easy transition back into work.
And that was, the news comes out on game day, but people were talking about Marcus Adams Jr. ahead of the football game. People were excited about hoops that day.
Yeah, well, like you said, we're coming back from the trip, and all of a sudden, get a text message, "Hey, I'm, released from Gonzaga," sent a screenshot, and we were just like, all right, well, we got to get him on a visit. We got back Sunday night. We get him on a visit Tuesday. So we got to go through all that kind of paperwork, and he's got to come here and see everything. Our staff did an unbelievable job getting us going there. Came and really enjoyed spending time with our players. And we only had so many players around at that time because we were taking the week off.
Yeah, school hasn't started yet.
School hasn't started.
Yeah.
And then the kid's like, he wasn't sure if he was going to come or not, and we're like, "Hey, just get us your transcripts, get us everything, fill out the application, and if you like it, let's just make sure we can get you in school and go from there." And our people did what they needed to do, got him in school,
awesome.
And he committed, and it was incredible.
Hey, Nate Austin, help out here. Director of Ops, you got a lot to do, right? Nate's a busy guy.
He's clearly loving the reception from BYU and BYU fans.
He is.
You FaceTimed him, right?
Yeah, it was incredible. He is absolutely loving it. He loves the FaceTime, so he'll call me just random time, Coach Pope, our whole staff, right? And that's what he's about. And he's so excited to spend time with the fans, and he's like, just want people to have his back, so he's excited about that.
He'll have that 19,000 strong, which would be awesome in the Marriott Center. Okay, so Kansas, Gonzaga, BYU. He's applying for a waiver. Do you guys feel like he's got a shot at playing this year? Because that would be awesome.
Man, I really hope so. I really hope so. But it's all up to the NCAA, right? So we'll see what they want to do.
We don't have the best history with the Yoli thing, right? Like, hopefully, the other day I said, please give us what you didn't do with Yoli, which is just a fair shake.
Exactly.
We're due, dang it.
Sometimes you feel like they just close their eyes and throw a dart at the dartboard and, all right, no for this one. And it's like, okay, so we'll see.
And there's a lot that goes into those decisions.
Now, Cody, I mean, when you throw out names like Kansas and Gonzaga, like, these are programs just with crazy tradition. And certainly they have a lot of money. Because he ends up at BYU, it doesn't feel like he's the type of guy or the type of player that's chasing that type of stuff. He's chasing something special at BYU. What made him, in your opinion, want to choose BYU over those programs?
I would say being around our players and being around Coach Pope, our staff. Like, he loved every part of that. I was talking to his mom for a little while, and his mom's like, I've never seen him talk so much to players and different things like this. And
wow.
The whole time, and he just felt so comfortable. Yeah, the connections he had here, and he was just so excited for the Rock and everything. As soon as he said he was coming on a visit, his Instagram was blowing up and Twitter and all that stuff. And
Cougar Nation did its thing.
He likes all that stuff too. So
what high school kid doesn't? Right?
Exactly.
Like, they all do.
And he's got more followers on his Instagram than our men's basketball team does on our
the
Instagram.
Official account.
Yeah, he's at like 87 or something, and we're at like 53.
Wow. That's impressive. Okay, with that said, you and Mark have been very vocal about the role of NIL and recruiting and whatnot. Moving forward, what's it going to take to continue to get more guys like Marcus Adams Jr.?
Whew. I mean, we're still not where we need to be. We're getting better. So we're going to keep on pushing that we need more NIL. That is the number one thing that most kids talk about. Marcus is not that type of kid. That wasn't his story at all. He's just like, man, I just feel like I love this place. I love these connections with the players and staff and everything. That was the most important thing to him. But for most kids, NIL's number one. It matters. It matters.
Yesterday I said I didn't feel like BYU could get a kid like Marcus Adams Jr. without NIL, but you're saying that is not as big of a role as perhaps perceived.
100%.
Okay.
Especially with Marcus. Yeah, he just wanted the right situation, right fit. He wanted to be around this type of, the type of guys that we have, and that was really important to him.
That's awesome because not everyone understands what BYU can offer in that sense. It's not just about basketball, although it's going to be awesome with basketball. It's a full experience, right? As the Wall Street Journal has validated.
Yes.
In the number 20 ranking today.
Cody, great to have you with us. We're out of time, but I couldn't think of a comparable yesterday in terms of like a player. Who does Marcus Adams Jr. play like? So BYU fans kind of know what his game is.
I would say there's a little Carmelo Anthony in him.
Okay.
Like he's skilled.
He can hoodie mellow or like regular mellow or.
I would say younger. Growing up, mellow.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oak Hill.
Yeah. You're right. Like, he's really skilled, can really shoot the ball, really good decision maker, good athlete, and he's got a pretty good motor too. So he plays pretty hard. Another guy called me yesterday and said he had some Paul Pierce in him too.
Okay.
So he's a good player, guys. He's
we'll
very
run
skilled.
with Carmelo Anthony and Paul Pierce.
I'll take both. Yeah.
I love it. That's amazing.
Cody, thanks for the time, man. Super exciting.
Thanks, Cody.
Congratulations to you and the staff.
Appreciate you guys.